Hello, my name is Mackenzie Stewart, and today I'll be talking about the mood management theory. I just wanted to preface this by saying something really weird is happening with my slides. I'm not sure. I've been trying to fix them. A lot of the slides just came out really wonky when I moved them to Blackboard. So if you want a good representation of my slides, you can look at the PowerPoint that I uploaded. So today I will be defining what the mood management theory is. I will discuss the four dimensions of this theory, and then I'll talk about how it's used in our day-to-day lives. So what is the mood management theory? Well, this was originally created by Zillman and Bryant around 1985, where they claimed that absorbing certain messages could affect our individual moods and states. According to the communication theory, they originally called this the effect-dependent stimulus arrangement before they changed it to mood management theory. So in this theory, they talk about how we cope and learn to improve and regulate our moods using certain types of media, such as TV, movies, music, the internet, and etc. In Werner Wirth's and Holger Schramm's book Media and Emotions, published in 2005, they said that we design our environment in such a way that positive moods are maintained or intensified and bad moods are avoided or reduced. So, on a general scale, we tend to engage with media that will enhance our moods if we're feeling in a bad mood. And if we're in a good mood, we'll do what we can to just maintain that. So there are four different dimensions of this theory that kind of explain the specific ways in how we go about picking certain media for our moods. So these four factors include the excitatory potential, the absorption potential, semantic affinity, and hedonic values. In the article Mood Management Theory by Leonard Rennick in 2017, he said that the mood management theory focuses on four distinct dimensions that characterize media messages in terms of their mood-altering effects. So these four factors help characterize how the certain media that we choose is portrayed and how it either attracts or stimulates us in a specific way that we want. So now I'll just be going over the four different dimensions and kind of what entails them. So the first is excitatory potential. So this is sort of just the level of arousal of a media. So how much it excites or intensifies our emotions and how it might stimulate our brain. So think of something, calm versus engaging, such as slow piano music versus heavy metal rock, or a nature documentary versus an action-packed thriller. It's kind of just the, like I said, level of arousal that you're looking for in a certain type of media. And then there's the absorption potential, which is how much a particular media will draw our attention and capture our attention. So it's kind of something that you can, if it's a high absorbing media, it's something you can fully immerse yourself in and feel like you're paying a lot of attention to. So, for example, if you're in a bad mood and you want to feel better, you could pick a movie that you know will capture your attention and keep your attention and make you get your mind off of why you're in a bad mood. Next, we have semantic affinity, which is pretty much the connection between your emotional state and mood in that moment and the content that you decide to engage with. So if the media is something that is relevant to you and you feel that it's something that you can relate to, it's more likely to improve your mood. So, on the flip side of that, for somebody who just faced a certain type of tragedy, they obviously don't want to engage with any type of media that includes tragic events because it definitely could be triggering for them. And lastly, we have hedonic value, which is pretty much just the positive versus negative messages that are given out in a certain media. So something like a comedy or lighthearted movie is going to give you positive valences, and something as horror or a tragic movie is going to give off negative valences. It's pretty much the tone of the media and what it intends to do. So all of these four dimensions are kept in mind when thinking about mood management theory because they're the specific ways that we either consciously or unconsciously think about when picking media that will alter our moods. So now we can talk about how mood management theory applies in our everyday lives. So positively, earlier we talked about, if you're in a bad mood, you're going to be motivated to engage with media that will enhance your mood. And if you're already in a good mood, you're going to engage with media that helps you maintain that mood. So to prove this even further, in a study that was discussed in Dorian Yassa's article titled Mood Management Through Music and TV Consumption in 2008, relayed the study that Zillman and Knobloch conducted over choices in music. So they basically gave a range of people, in either bad or good moods, the choice of pop songs to pick from. And after the study, they found that those in a bad mood obviously preferred the highly energetic, joyful music over the people in a good mood. And for the good mood people, they really didn't have as much of a preference in the type of music. They just kind of listened to what they wanted. And it also showed that the people in a good mood switched more between their music choices, which showed that they were kind of content in their situation and they wanted to see their choices, rather than the people who were in a bad mood kind of stayed in the ones they were listening to because they were more focused on changing their mood and hoping that the song would change their mood. So this study kind of proves the mood management theory right, as the people who were in a bad mood altered their media differently from those in a good mood in order to enhance their mood. However, there is a flip side to everything we've been talking about that sort of challenges the mood management theory, which is when we will purposely engage with media that we know is not pleasurable or doesn't have a positive outcome. These include things such as, like we were talking about before, sad music or horror or tragic TVs or movie shows. Constantly, we engage with media like this, knowing that there probably isn't going to be a positive outcome, yet we still reach for it and we still watch it, even if we know it may not affect us positively emotionally. So, in a study titled Temporal Changes in Mood Repair Through Music Consumption, Effects of Mood, Mood Salience, and Individual Differences, done by Chen Zhao and Bryant in 2007, showed how the mood management theory could be challenged. So in this study, they split up participants, again, those who were feeling gloomy and those who were feeling neutral or good. And they first had them do a mood focus where they answered a questionnaire over how they were feeling so that they could, kind of reinforce and reinstate the mood that they were feeling. After they did that, they gave all of the participants a choice of songs to choose from, just in a list, and let them choose any song they wanted to listen to up to 8 minutes. So after the study was done, they found that the gloomy participants spent considerably more time on distressing music than those that were in a happy mood. And they also found that the sad mood initially led to significantly longer listening to sad songs. So those people that were already in the sad mood weren't really going towards songs to make them happier. They were engaging with songs that was at their regular emotional state. However, by the end, they did eventually decrease their listening to distressing music in favor of upbeat tunes, which kind of poses the use of the element of time, because at first they were just engaged in their sad emotions and continued to listen to the sad music, but by the end they Oh. Mm. Okay, I'm not sure what just happened. Mm. So by the end, yes, they did start engaging with happier music, but it still shows at the beginning of the study that they weren't initially trying to improve their mood or their emotional state in any way. So this is sort of something that is still being tested and evaluated upon because there are certain instances where we don't always choose media that we think will enhance our moods. So, in conclusion, we have talked about what exactly the mood management theory is, the four dimensions of the theory, and how we use it in our everyday lives. I think this was definitely an interesting topic to pick because with technology so advanced in our world and only becoming more advanced, I think that we use media to regulate or alter our moods more than we may even realize. So I really enjoyed being able to see the specific ways that we do so, and I can kind of apply this to myself in the future and think about how this affects me personally. Here are my references, and thank you for watching.